Hello, everybody. I'm Jabby KOY, joined by GINA.
LUCARELLI.
I had it the last time. I don't have it this time. LUCARELLI. I gotta remember that. That's a good mafia name. I'm sorry. I'm half Italian. I can say these things.
Right.
You guys, we're watching a Joe Coy video. Joe Coy, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is a very famous stand-up comedian. One of my mom's favorites, funny enough. And so this is for you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day belated. Happy birthday belated. So this one is called Sleep Apnea. Joe Coy, Lights Out. I also wanted to do this particular one because I used to have sleep apnea. Many years ago, I was living with a girlfriend, and she's like, yo, you stop breathing when you sleep, just so you know. Like, full stop. You just stop breathing. And I have to shake you to so you can breathe again. I'm like, what, for real? I didn't know what that was about. And so after we broke up, I went to see a doctor because of reasons. I forgot why, but he looked at my tonsils and within a second he could see, you need to remove your tonsils. We gotta take those out. And then my sleep apnea went away. I'm sure that was something everybody wanted to hear. We're gonna jump into this. If you guys haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching while you're subscribing and upvoting. Subscribe to Joe Coy. Link in the description below. And follow GINA on the social media if you're into dancing. She's all about it. Oh, last thing I want to say is I actually had dinner next to Joe Coy once. I didn't say anything to him because he was with friends, and it was at a restaurant in Studio City. Achara was the one who had dinner with me that night, and she's like, do you know who that is next to you? And I was like, oh my God, that's Joe Coy. But I didn't say anything to him. I didn't want to bother him.
I suffer from this thing called sleep apnea, okay? If you don't know what sleep apnea is, just ask one of the nurses inside the building.
Okay, Joe Coy is Filipino, and typically nurses, Filipinos are nurses. That's the joke there,
okay.
Yeah.
They'll tell you. It's a form of snoring, only it's worse. It's worse than snoring. I choke when I sleep, and I'm loud. I'm so loud that I wake myself up. And you gotta see the way I sleep, it's disgusting. This is what I look like when I sleep. Who is it? Who's out there? I didn't know I had sleep apnea. My mom told me I had sleep apnea.
Yeah.
I was asleep at her house about 6 years ago, sleeping in the guest room, the same way I always do, just like this.
Yeah, someone has to tell you because you're trying to sleep. You don't know.
And I woke up. My mom's at the foot of the bed like this. Oh my God, Jose. You're dying. Go, Mom, I'm not dying. I'm snoring. Joseph, that is not snoring. You look like this. Joseph, you have to go to a doctor and get that check out. I'm telling you, you're going to die, and I don't want you to die, Joseph, because I'll die of heart attack if you die. Oh my God, Joseph, get that. Mom, I'm not going to go to a doctor for snoring. How long are you watching me? That's creepy. And I kicked her out. Get out of here. Get out of here, Mom.
I wonder how his mom feels.
I'm sorry, Joseph. I did not mean to startle you. It's just that I was walking to the kitchen and I heard a noise coming from the guest room. It sounded like someone was killing a bear. And I was like, I don't have a bear. So I opened the door and I noticed that it was just you, Joseph. Snoring. So I'm sorry. You don't have to go to a doctor. Just go to sleep. Go to sleep. And die.
That's some real shit right there.
That was good.
That's very, very real. So
He
yeah,
has really nice teeth.
Joe Coy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he looks like a man who takes care of himself. The sleep apnea thing is something you don't know about unless someone tells you. That's number one. And number two is it actually can kill you.
Really?
That's something people don't realize. Sleep apnea is one of those things a lot of people have, and they don't realize that they have it, and it actually leads to fatal things. You know, like it could lead you to an early heart attack. that kind of thing, because your heart is struggling. Like you're not breathing properly and you're not getting proper sleep.
Is there any other way that you would have it other than your tonsils?
Like you could have a deviated septum. Do you find that you yawn a lot? This is because now we're in the medical room.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm a hypochondriac. I'm gonna go home and call my mom. I have sleep apnea.
You haven't yawned once the entire time that I've seen you, and I've been like looking at your mouth nonstop.
Okay.
I thought I was joking. I'm like, let me make a creepy joke. You haven't yawned at all.
Okay.
And so one of the signs that you're like yawning a lot during the day, because and it's like you thought you got sleep, like you went to bed at 10, woke up at 7, and like you're just yawning all day. That means you didn't get restful sleep. You didn't get your REM, and so something is interrupting it. If you wake up in the middle of the night quite a bit, you probably have sleep apnea. You know, like he said, he's got this like really messed up breathing pattern, and he wakes himself up because what's happening is you just stop and you're like choking for breath. It's that kind of thing, or choking for air. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's kind of scary.
Yeah, so look out for your partner, and hopefully they look out for you.
Right.
I have a friend who is like taking energy drinks constantly to just like stay. You know, I'm like, dude, like I have coffee too, like. You need something to kind of keep you leveled, but damn, if you need that much energy drink, there's another issue here that you need to look into and investigate. And you can go to what is called an ENT, ears, nose, throat specialist, to have them look at you and examine you to determine. And if it's like a real serious situation, they give you something called a CPAP to like wear when you go to sleep. I'm giving you guys the whole lowdown. They give you a CPAP or they do a sleep study. They have you do a sleep study like at the hospital. It's crazy.
I might go now just to check it out.
Are you really a hypochondriac?
Yeah.
Like what happens in your daily life? You're like, oh my God, I'm dying. WebMD, brain cancer. What? Like,
literally, I'll do that all the time. I'll call my mom and be like, Mom, I Googled it and it says I have cancer.
Yeah.
My mom's like, why did you Google that? You probably just have a sore
cold.
throat.
Yeah. Or you just have a slight cough. WebMD is kind of like that. It's like this weird extreme of like your arm's gonna fall off or you just have a slight sneeze. It's just like, what the hell? Like why are these two extremes like right next to each other like that?
They all have the same symptoms.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like even a gradient of potentially, it just goes from 1 to like all the way dead. I'm like, whoa, you gotta slow your roll there, WebMD. Anyways, you guys, hopefully you enjoyed some of this nonsensical conversation. I enjoyed it, and hopefully I educated some of you. Get yourself checked out by a doctor if you can. It's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah, if you get your tonsils removed, that shit sucks. It sucks real bad. I was eating nothing but scrambled eggs, and it was like painful to swallow. Like,
can't you eat ice cream?
That is a thing. I didn't have ice cream at all because I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh.
And you can't survive on ice cream for 2 weeks.
I could.
Look at Marlon Brando. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm Jabby KOY. This is
GINA LUCARELLI.
Peace out.